There are shows with psychics.
And there are shows with doctors.
But there's no show like The Psychic and the Doc.
Your practical paranormal power unleashed.
This show synthesizes the talents of world-class medium Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer, psychic explorer,
and street smart spiritualist, behavioral psychologist, Dr. Pat Baccili. All subjects are on the table and no topic is taboo. Inspiration, insight,
action, and fun as Mark Anthony connects callers with loved ones in spirit.
In tandem with Dr. Pat's fresh, no-nonsense, street smart, intuitive insights. And she is hilarious.
Extraordinary problems
require extraordinary solutions, which may come from this side
or the other side. This is The Psychic
and the Doc, and it starts now.
My goodness, I'm like, where's my stylist tonight? Linda's like, put your jacket on. What are you doing over there today? I'm like, come on, we're having fun. Welcome, everybody, to The Psychic and the Doc. It's so great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. And by the way, we got a great show for you because every week I get to hang out with the most incredible best-selling author, world tour, amazing, blockbusting, fill the house with anything afterlife, right? It doesn't matter what it is. It could be, look, it could be the frog that I lost when I was 6, and I'm going to have a conversation of some kind. But tonight we're here because we're doing Forget-Me-Nots. And we were just driving. I don't know if you guys, I don't know how much of the video anybody gets to see, but I was like, I'm like, where's my hairstylist? What is going on up there? What is happening with that? And then Linda says, come on, put your jacket up. You know, only Linda would say, oh my God, why did you have on a black bra? Okay. This is the kind of show we're getting ready for. The Psychic and the Doc. Mark Anthony is that guy. He is the psychic. I'm the doc. We got callers on the line. We're going to get to it. But Mark, come on. Tell them why we're doing Forget-Me-Nots. And I think Jacob's got like one of my favorite tunes almost queued up.
November is the month that we have Veterans Day, and we are remembering our brave men and women who put on the uniform to defend with their lives the freedoms that we take for granted. Yeah. Now, obviously, for the callers, no matter who your loved one was, they didn't have to be in the military. You're welcome to call in. But we're specifically and especially honoring our veterans. You know, my dad was a Navy SEAL. I loved my dad. He taught me so many amazing things. He also was a medium. He had this ability. But we tend to just take freedom for granted. And I remember a friend of my father's, it was an elderly woman whose husband was a general that had been killed in combat. And she said that freedom isn't free because somebody already paid for it.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're doing Forget-Me-Nots. And, you know, Dr. Pat and I, you know, we keep it light and we keep it up. But thing is, we're here to help. We're here to take your calls. I'll be connecting you with your loved ones in spirit, depending who wants to come through. And then Dr. Pat, what makes this show so unique and different than anything else is she has this beautiful perspective on from an objective standpoint of what the message could mean, and also the multiple meaning messages in the information transmitted from a spirit. Because a lot of times people think that communication with the spirit is just texting or instant messaging. You know, we get an emoji from a spirit or whatever, and that's that. And I love the way you do this, Dr. Pat. You'll say,
thank you.
What's going on with your life about this? And then the caller's like, oh my God, you know, and now the message from the spirit is making sense. And for everybody's benefit, spirits are never come through to embarrass you or to hurt you. They're here to bring forth messages of love, healing, and resolution. And so taking our cue from them, that's what Dr. Pat and I are here to do too. is to at least present the information, and then it's up to you what to do with it.
Yeah. I want to comment and then we're going to go right to the phones. Thank you for that, Mark. 2 days ago, and Jacob, this is the 15-minute interview that we just uploaded for you. I had the honor to interview President and CEO Stephen Watson, executive leadership team, right, for the brand new World War II museum that is
Wow.
opening up down here in Louisiana. Where would you put the World War II? They're going to go everywhere. But when you think about New Orleans, they put this thing on the ground, and the support and the foundation for it and what they're doing. We had a great interview because both you and I have references to family.
Yeah.
I even joked with him a little bit, but he's amazing. And I wanted to say, everybody out there, right? It's like National World WW2 museum.org, and the foundation that's funding this amazing, because we cannot forget. The minute that we forget the people we've lost, what was at stake
Yeah.
for the world, the behavior of a person who, when I mentioned this, the word Holocaust, to young people I work with, some of them have a vague idea of it, but when we start to look at it, they comment about, we never knew. We never knew
And
the way you've explained it. That's why we're doing this show tonight.
yeah, and that should never, that not should, that must never
Never.
happen.
Must never
That
happen.
must never happen.
Must
And
never happen. Must
for
never
for
happen.
for our younger audience, when you get the opportunity, or if you get the opportunity to go to Europe, I highly recommend visiting the concentration camps that are now memorials. I visited two of them, Dachau concentration camp. That was the original Nazi extermination center outside of Munich, and I'm not being facetious when I say that. And then I was at another one in Poland, which was not Auschwitz. Poland was
Oh,
the center of the genocidal campaign.
oh my gosh,
And
yeah.
yeah, I believe that Poland
Woo.
probably had more extermination camps. And the one that I was at, 70,000 people were killed there.
Yeah,
And when you go to Auschwitz,
yeah,
2 million
yeah,
people were
yeah.
killed. I mean, it's just inconceivable. And then there's people to this day that deny
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
And I have talked to people. In fact, we had a couple years ago for a Passover show that we did. We had Shirley Bolstock, and she has since succumbed to cancer. Her parents were in concentration camps. And I remember I told her that I met this medium, and I won't mention I have a hard time even referring to this person as a medium. She said, "You know, that didn't really happen, right?"
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, and Shirley's like, "Well, my parents were in it," and she's like, "Yeah, but they survived." And it's like,
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I had a conversation with a group, a couple months ago about Vietnam. And they looked at me and they so okay, I love this part of this conversation. They said there is no bleeping way that you were even old enough during Vietnam. I said, "Oh, thank you very much." I said, "I was." And I will tell you what the experience was. It was never to forget, never to forget. And so today we're talking about forget me nots across the board. And it's not just about wars, it's about what we believe in. And let's not forget what you stand for as a person. You know, where is the line drawn in the sand? How can you honor your own personal pathway? How can you honor the pathway of people that have made their transition? Because this is a show that is forget me not. So we remember the absolutely amazing aspects of all of us that are calling in today. We're going to get right to y'all. And everybody that has come by, whether you called your Aunt Mrs. Meany like I did for a long time, you remember the parts of that that make you smile. Today's show is respect personified.
yes.
It is moving beyond cringing, hating, and can we do some healing? Mark, do you think we should go to the phones, Jacob?
I am ready.
All right.
Alrighty, first up we've got Kathy calling in from New Mexico. Hey there, Kathy.
Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
Hello. Hi,
Hey.
how are you?
Hey.
Hi, I'm a veteran. So thank you.
Oh my God. Oh, can I ask what arm of the service?
Yeah. Yeah, I was post Vietnam just slightly after that. I
Yeah.
went in delayed enlistment in 1976 in the Air Force.
Oh my
So,
gosh. I
yeah.
have Air Force envy right now. I tried to get in at 17. I did. I tried to get, I wanted to be, this is how naive and so I have been called one of the most ignorant type people because I never had anybody told me a bad idea was stupid. 17, I'm trying to get in the Air Force, right? Because I thought women could fly planes. Did you get to fly a plane?
Get what now? I'm sorry.
Did you get to fly a plane?
No. I was a personnel assistant. So I just
Right.
helped everyone with their vacations, leaves, and their pay, which was really important.
Oh,
But you know,
I'm
though,
gonna turn
that-
you.
let me tell you
I'm
something.
turn you over to Mark.
That's real. That is, first off, thank you for your service. And, when people say, oh, I was
You're
a
welcome.
personnel assistant, but, there are many components to an army. It isn't just the people in the combat or the ones that
Yeah.
fly the planes. The personnel, they need their needs attended to. They need to be supplied. They need to be fed. They need to be taken care of. And all of it, when you look at the military, it's a very complex organism. People that say, well, I was a cook on a ship. Well, somebody had to feed the sailors and the Marines. Let me tell you something. You don't want to be around a bunch of sailors and Marines that have low blood sugar. I'll tell you that right now. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. I
So-
agree.
Yeah.
So Kathy, how can we help you tonight?
Well, I'm just checking in because I saw you had a veteran show, and I thought that there were going to be people that are veterans chiming in. But yes, I have my whole a lot of my family was in the military, and including my grandfather Frank Artskaczewski, who played the violin, and he actually had a bullet.
Kathy.
Yes.
When you go for a mediumship reading, you just gave me several details which might have come through.
All right, go ahead, Mark.
You don't start giving name, how he died, when he played the violin.
Okay.
Because what if
I'm
now I can
sorry.
say, oh, there's a man
You're
coming through
okay.
that had a bullet in his head and played violin, and then how authentic is that? So for your benefit and for all the callers, hold on. Please don't come and give me their entire life story. Just tell me I'd like to communicate with somebody, or if you want a specific spirit, let's pick somebody else in your family, not that grandfather. Just give me the relationship, like grandmother or brother, and then I'll throw a line out and see if we can get them in. And the reason for that, it's a quality control issue. That separates legitimate mediums from the charlatans that are out there. And because evidential mediumship means I have to communicate with the spirit that's transmitting to me pieces of evidence that can be verified by you. So, Kathy, other than the violin playing grandfather that got shot, who else do you want to talk to?
I guess another grandfather.
Okay, well, we're
And by the way, Kathy, let me just say, this is a show that veterans get to call in, but they get to weigh in, and they get to weigh in through Mark. So let's see what we got.
Okay.
Actually, all right, and do me a favor, for not just you, Kathy, but everybody. When I'm communicating with the spirit, please don't interrupt me, because it can cause me to lose the connection. Wait till I say, do you recognize this, or does that make sense? Actually, Kathy, there's a female energy coming through, and this woman could be on the grandparent level, because I feel that she's like 2 levels above you, which would mean generationally. Your level is like a sibling, cousin, level above you is parent, level above that. And what I get with this woman is she was very elderly, because I see the lines in her face. I get almost like some sunken cheeks prior to passing. And that just means that toward the end, she was, her face was thinner, but I do get a sense of swelling and fluid retention in her abdominal region. Very painful with her feet, feels like edema. So this lady was having circulation issues, edema, swelling. And what I get with her is she was having some mentally good days and bad days toward the end, but she was still pretty sharp. And she keeps talking to me to convey to you about the earrings. The earrings. Okay. First off, does this description resonate with you? And then secondly, then we'll get to the earrings. Go ahead.
Yes, it does. It does, Mark. Uh-huh.
Okay. Don't give me her name and biographical data, but is she a grandmother or a mother or a grandmother?
It seems like the grandmother by the sound of it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what's with the earrings? Now, hold on. The earrings may be something that she had that you now have, or maybe yesterday you bought a pair of new earrings. Okay, because we don't want to jump to conclusions, but she's talking about the earrings. But the earrings could also be the hearing as well. So she may have had hearing issues, or there may be something going on with your hearing, because it's like earring, and we always got to be careful to about jumping to conclusions. So do earrings or hearing, something with the ear, make sense to her or to you? What's going on with you or someone close to you in any way?
Yes, but it might not be a grandma now, so it might be a mom. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. And well, that would mean that your grandma would be with your mom. Your mom's in spirit too?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's going on with your mom, or what with your mom with earrings and hearing?
She did have an issue where she did have some issue above a tumor. It was not malignant, but it was above one.
All right. Hold on. You're doing that again. All you have to say is she had an issue with her hearing. You just gave me a whole diagnosis. Okay. All right. I'm going to whip you into shape here. All right, air woman. All right, air woman. You got to start listening here. All right. Let me get the message for her. She's coming through, and this is weird, but cool weird. She just put an image of a big old cheeseburger in front of me with onions, tomatoes, lettuce. I mean, it's one of those big old greasy type hamburgers, and it smells really good. Now, this could mean you love burgers and meat, or you're avoiding it and meat, but what is the deal? I know a lot of people like hamburgers. What is the deal with hamburgers?
Well, my dad only liked cheeseburgers and hamburgers. She would cook him a lot of great meals, but he would always say, I just want a cheeseburger.
Perfect. And that indicates dad's over there too, right?
Yes.
So what are your parents telling you? That they're there with your grandmother, and they're together, and they're coming forward to speak to you. And they want to leave you with the image of a sapphire. And a sapphire is a beautiful stone, blue stone, and I see a star in the pattern of the sapphire. And this indicates a significance to the month of September. And that could be a significant birth, death, anniversary, or event, which may be connected to you, Kathy, your parents, or somebody close to you within September.
Anniversary, yes.
Their anniversary?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Well, there you go. All right. So I'll leave that with you. All right. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate both of you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wow, I love when this happens. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, next up we've got Dinar calling in from Connecticut.
All right. Hi, Dinar. Did we say that? Did I say that right?
Hello.
Dinar?
Hello.
Hi, can you hear us?
Yes, this is Dinar. I can hear you. Yes.
How can we help you today? You want to talk to Mark?
Yes, I would like to have a reading with Mark, please.
Okay.
Okay. Dinar, there's the spirit of a younger male coming through. Now, this could be somebody maybe that you knew when you were younger, or this could be somebody connected to you through the child, niece, nephew level. And what I'm getting with him is I feel like I can't breathe. It feels like my lungs are filling up. They're going into some type of atrophy, some type of immobilization. It's like real difficulty with this young male breathing. And he feels actually like he was very young. And very young
Uh-huh.
means that he could have been maybe a toddler even. Because
Uh-huh.
that's the image I'm getting. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, I had a nephew who was in teen years who had difficulty with his lungs.
Okay, and he's passed?
Yes, he passed.
Okay, so he's the one coming through. Was he
Uh-huh.
your? It's weird because I keep getting brother, sister, brother, sister, brother, sister, brother, sister. Is it who was his? Is this your sister's son?
My brother.
I was getting brother, sister, brother, sister, brother, sister. All right, so it's your brother's son. All right, let's see what he wants you to know.
Okay.
Your brother doesn't talk about this much, or doesn't want to talk about
No.
his death. Okay.
No.
Do you also have a
No.
sister in this world?
Yes.
You have a sister. Okay. All right. Because I'm sorry. It's just that you gotta keep pace with me because I'll lose the spirit. Okay. What it is, you and your sister need to talk to each other about getting with your brother and helping him work through the pain of his son's passing. That's what the message is, because this is an unresolved issue that your brother has. It's like, you know, in like there's chains of guilt, of responsibility weighing on him. Dr. Pat, what's your take on this?
My take is exactly what you said, but I think there's a little bit deeper issue that I want to just touch upon. I don't know why I'm picking up a little guilt. I don't know why there would be guilt.
Okay.
Are you feeling something like that? Are you feeling guilt at all?
I am not feeling guilt about his passing.
Okay.
But there are other things that concern me. Yes.
Okay. So, right. So, I'm not a medium, so I'm picking up on some level of guilt. It doesn't have to be about the death, right? But there's something, is there something, I'm trying to figure out if something's clogging your energy path. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel today? You feel light or do you feel heavy?
I've been feeling a bit heavy, yeah.
Okay. Are you in tune with what that is? Do you know what that is?
You know, I had a son who also passed away. So I feel a little guilt about his passing.
All right, hold on. All right, let's take this back to me. So see what's happening here, Dinar, is your nephew has come through first. What does that mean? He's with your son. Okay. Now, with the male energy that's coming through for you, I've got the young male. Now I'm getting one that feels he could have been in his adolescence, may have even been like late teens, early 20s, and I'm getting an impact sensation to my head. First off, please accept our condolences on the passing of your son. Also, when I start explaining how people died, it's because the spirit's transmitting this to me. And I know I sound clinical, and I don't mean this in an offensive way or like I'm cold about it. Okay, but I'm tasting a lot of blood. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a bleed out. Could be an internal hemorrhage, but I'm getting an impact to my head. And usually an impact to my head could be blunt force trauma, something going on in his head, or it may mean a quick passing. I'm also getting a lot of pain in my right hand, almost like there may have been an injury or shattering sensation. Does any of this make sense to you, Dinar?
Yes, he did have loss of blood and he had pain on his right side.
Okay. All right. So, and he is handing you 3 white gardenias. Now, isn't that interesting? Not roses.
3 white?
Gardenias. Okay. I'm smelling gardenia. And I'm also smelling gardenia mixed with jasmine. Does gardenia and or jasmine and their white flowers, Do they make sense to you in any way? Do you
Yes,
love them? Do you hate
my
them? Go
son
ahead.
was,
Go ahead.
yes, he likes flowers, yes.
Right, but I'm asking you about gardenias and jasmine, and there could be somebody with a
Yes,
name
I like,
similar to. Go ahead.
well, I
Go ahead.
like
What?
jasmine, so
You
Well,
like
I,
that's a
jasmine.
yes.
All
yeah.
right,
All right,
good,
that's a
good,
yes.
good.
That's a yes. He's
Good.
building a rapport with me here. Now, because there's 3 flowers, this is the significance to the number 3. This could mean the 3rd of any month. This could mean the 3rd month, which which is March. So that could mean a significant birth, death, anniversary, or event connected to him or you or someone close to either of you within the month of March. But there's a significance to number 3. That could mean maybe there were 3 of you in the family, mother, father, child, or it could be 2 parents, 3 children. But there's something about the number 3. It's either the 3rd of every month, the month of
Yeah.
March, or it's
Yes.
3. How does that make sense?
Yes. March is my month for birth, and I have 3 brothers.
You have 3 what?
Brothers.
Okay,
3
great.
brothers.
Oh, brother.
I have
Okay.
3 brothers.
All right. So first off, you get with your sister to work with that brother about your nephew's passing, and now your son's coming through, and he just said to me that you feel guilt because you're such a loving mom, and he's explaining to me that you had nothing to do with his death. Absolutely nothing to do. You didn't cause it. You didn't make it happen. You didn't make any decisions that affected his passing. He said, but you feel guilty because you love him and you miss him. And now he's throwing something else in.
Right.
He's showing a bunch of carpet. Did you just have a carpet or like wall-to-wall carpet or rug taken up? You know how like when they come in to install the carpet and they roll down the pad and then they start nailing in? What's going on with the carpeting?
We have a few area rugs in the house, and he's my son's room. There is a rug that I have replaced.
All right. When a spirit gives me a message of an explanatory or advisory nature, and he talked about his passing and how he doesn't want you to feel guilty about it, and that's why he's coming through. And then when they follow that up with an objectively verifiable fact, the significance of the carpet and the rugs, the verifiable fact of the carpet is how the spirit is letting you and I know that we have properly received and interpreted the message. Dr. Pat, do you have anything you would like to add?
Yeah, I do. The thing that I want to add is, I don't know what the relationship to the carpet is. I don't know if you're doing a little inner cleansing, right?
You know,
But
I just
think
have
Mark
a few
said it.
area rugs.
Yeah, I think Mark said it best.
Okay.
When people transition, they don't carry any guilt. They don't carry any shame.
Right.
You see what I mean? And they're not asking any of us to do the same.
Right.
You're coming up on a holiday season. It's a great time for you to be in a place of blessing and turn that guilt to love.
Okay.
Can you think about doing that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
many blessings to you, Dinar,
Thank
you.
and I'm
Many.
so sorry if you're lost, but let me
Yeah.
tell you something. His love shines so brightly for you. And I know he really did like flowers. Now he's giving me, it looks like a pink lotus. He's handing you this beautiful pink lotus, and that's how he wants to leave.
Thank you. Thank
I don't
you.
know.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a totally irrelevant question? The image that came up for me when Mark was talking about the flower was a beautiful flower from Colombia. I don't know if you're familiar with Colombia, the country Colombia, right? And they have these beautiful
I am,
flowers.
but
You what? Yeah.
Yes,
Beautiful flowers. Okay. But they have a beautiful flower. Cartagena is one of them. They're just beautiful. And they have this sort of look and feel of a, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't know what it is about Colombia and why I'm telling you. But all I want to say to you is take some flowers, treat yourself to
Uh-huh.
them. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Okay.
Get some flowers, bring them in your
Okay.
home, create a beautiful gratitude altar, something sweet for yourself so
Uh-huh.
that you can literally go from guilt to love and it'll set you free. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Wow.
Thank you so very
Jacob,
much. Thank
you bet. Jacob, how about a quick break if you don't mind? Hey, everybody, you're listening to The Psychic and the Doc. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Wow, everybody, welcome back. Before we really get into this, and we'll probably go right up to the hour, but I just want to make sure for those of you that are tuning in for the first time and you're wondering, how do I get a hold of Mark? Mark, please take a moment, tell folks how they can find you, how they can get your book, all of the above. And you're going to be traveling too.
Yeah, it looks like 2023 is going to be a good year. And I invite everyone to go to my website, which is afterlifefrequency.com, which is the same as the title of my latest book, The Afterlife Frequency. And if you go to afterlifefrequency.com, not only can you order my books, and they are the ideal gifts for yourself or for someone you know that is approaching the holidays without a loved one, because you never know what to give somebody that's grieving, and the holidays are a painful reminder of who we don't have in our lives anymore. And also at afterlifefrequency.com, you can sign up for my newsletter so you can find out about upcoming episodes of The Psychic and the Doc and other venues that I'm going to be at. I'm going to be doing some public events in Orlando, Florida in early part of December. Also, you can sign up for a phone reading for me. And I also invite everyone to subscribe for a free online subscription to Best Holistic Life magazine, because I write for that every month. And Dr. Pat and I have co-authored an article for Best Holistic Life. So you can find out about all of that at afterlifefrequency.com. Yeah. And thank you, Dr. Pat. I appreciate that. I understand we got some callers.
Yeah, Jacob's on callers.
Yeah, next up we've got Gail calling in from LA. Hello, Gail.
Hi.
Hey, Gail.
Oh, thank you for taking my call. Last April, I had a vision or a premonition that I was going to meet a man I wanted to have a committed relationship with. And that has never happened before, and I'm 75 years old. I saw what he looked like, and I knew his values were in sync with mine. I haven't met this man, and I wondered if you could tell me anything about him or where he is.
Well, first off, I'm not a fortune teller, and I don't mean that in the facetious sense. I'm a medium.
No, I understand.
Okay, so how about I open up to frequency and see what messages your spirits have for you, and it may or may not include that particular gentleman. Okay,
That's fine.
I am getting a male energy coming through. Now, it could be on your generational level, which could be like a sibling, spouse, or friend. Mm-hmm. But he could be on the one above it, but he seems very close to yours. And I keep going, and the reason I'm doing that is I'm getting like a lot of difficulty with the sinuses, postnasal, throat issues, some burning in the upper respiratory passages. And I'm also feeling pain in the abdominal region prior to his passing. And I'm also getting some tremors. So he was having a lot of health issues, this guy. Do you recognize this person?
Absolutely.
Okay, what is his, don't give me his name, just the relationship to you.
He was my very, very close friend for 51 years.
Okay, let's talk to him. Is there somebody connected to you? And we all know people named Benjamin, but I'm hearing Benjamin. And that could be somebody in this world or somebody in the other side, but I keep getting Benjamin, like that.
That doesn't mean anything.
That's fine. Remember, you're asking about mystery man, so you never know. His name might be could be
Oh,
first or last name. So make a note on that. And just
I did.
and you sound like a very delightful and proper lady. So I don't think you're going to be throwing yourself at every man named Benjamin that comes down the street. And I'm being funny there, but let's work with your friend a bit more.
Yes, please.
Interesting. He keeps talking about cars and autos and like an auto show, a car show, like a vintage car show. And you know, I mean, I think those things are neat. Like I'll go to vintage car shows, or you go to shows that are showing like the latest Ferraris and Maseratis. But I get the sense from him that you need to put yourself in a situation where you're looking at things like that, and this very well may help open the door to meeting this person. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes.
In what way?
First of all, vintage. I have been a collector, and so was Ira, of vintage things for 50 years. And I go to flea markets and estate sales.
Aha. Now, do eligible bachelors hang out at flea markets or estate sales? No. But guess what? They're going to hang out at car shows. And if there's a guy there that's looking to buy a Maserati, well, let me tell you something. No, but the reason I say that is your friend is saying that you have the right type of interest. Now let's just shift that to more of that. You know, like go to a vintage Corvette, vintage, or possibly even a new car show. And so what he's telling me is basically, you know, you can't just sit at home and expect the doorbell to ring and voila, mystery date arrives. He's telling you, you have to put yourself in those circles. And so that's what the message for you is. Also, buttermilk, buttercream, buttermilk, buttercream. What's with you and real heavy creams and milk? Are you like lactose intolerant, or do you drink a lot of that stuff? Okay, no,
but I love whipped cream, and I've been eating a lot of whipped cream lately, which I know I shouldn't do.
Hold on,
it's not healthy.
That's a verifiable fact following the message. So when I explained to the previous caller, when the spirit gives me a message of explanatory advisory nature, and then they followed up with a objectively verifiable fact like buttercream, that's how we know we got it. Dr. Pat?
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, because as we were talking, a couple of things hit me. How much do you want to find this man that you were told you're going to find?
I'm conflicted about it.
That's what I thought.
Because I've never wanted this before.
Yeah. So the universe is not going to give you anything you don't really want unless there's some other reason about it. But do you feel you have to have it?
I would like to experience having a partner.
Gotcha.
I've lived alone my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm 75.
Yeah.
And I'd like to feel what that's like. I can imagine it.
Yeah. See, that's the energy I want you to hold on to. Okay. How do I say this? I'm going to try to say this the way Mark would say it. Forget about what anybody told you you're going to find. Just forget about it. What I want you to hold on to is the energy you just expressed, because that came so from your heart. So from your heart. That's the energy I want you to hold on to. It's the energy of desire. And that is our birthright. We were given that. So I want you to hold on to the energy of desire for companionship. You understand what I'm saying?
Totally. You are such a blessing, both of you, to me.
Okay.
Because this tells me, it validates what I was feeling, but I've never felt it before, so I was doubting it.
No, don't doubt it. You don't know how the breadcrumbs get put out in front of us. So sometimes it's a reading, sometimes it's somebody in a grocery store, but it's that thing in your heart that will attract what you truly desire. Okay. You want to hold that energy, because when you talked about that, Mark, right? When you talked about that, I could just feel your love there with that.
Really?
That you need to hold that, because that's very different than holding on to what somebody said that you would find or do. Now that may be correct, but that's not the energy you want to hold on. You want to hold on to the energy of heart fulfillment by sharing energetic space, physical space, mental space, emotional space with that one someone that wants to do the same with you. Got it?
Absolutely.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you both. For you. Thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thank you for calling in. So Jacob, who else do we have online?
Yeah, next up we've got Nancy calling in from New Jersey. Hello, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. How can we help you? I'm going to turn you over to Mark, right?
A couple things.
All right.
Unlike the last caller, I would love to find someone very special. I lost the love of my life last year. But today I received some pretty devastating diagnosis on my eyes. My left eye, I just had surgery on it. Didn't go well. So I'm kind of out of sorts right now, and I'm just wondering if there's anyone that you can connect with. I do have several people that I would love to hear from, one in particular.
Okay. Nancy, first off, and please accept our deepest sympathy for what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You know, Mother Teresa, who's one of my heroes, she said that God never gives me more than I can handle, but I just wish God didn't trust me so much. You know, and every time I'm like, I mean, in the last month, in the last 2 months, I've gone through 2 hurricanes, COVID, a speaking tour, and another illness, and it's like, then I keep hearing Mother Teresa's words resonating through me. And, we all always want to say, why me? And it's like, unfortunately, this is the cross or the burden that you've been given, and that doesn't make it easier at all. So please accept our sympathy for what you're going through.
Thank you.
There is a male energy coming through, and wow, I'm getting a lot of flowers tonight, but I'm seeing this beautiful, it's not pink, it's not red, it's that color in between, that pinky red color. What is that, fuchsia? Okay, rose.
Yes.
Just
huge.
Permeating, huge. Okay, does this make sense to you? He's handing this to you.
Absolutely. First Valentine's Day.
Okay. And and I should have started off with, not because the rose was overpowering, but I kept hearing, remember the Little Rascals? I kept hearing Alfalfa singing, "I'm in the mood for love simply because." You know how Alfalfa would sing it off, and he'd always say something to Darla, and this spirit is playing that particular segment in my mind's eye. So this guy is funny, he's corny.
Yes.
Boy, is this the love of your life? Because that's what it feels like to me.
He what?
What's with the caramel chews? It's caramel with some chocolate. I'm tasting caramel. It tastes really good. It's on that caramel with salt in it, which is good too. What's up with that?
I'm not sure.
When you think of caramel or caramel,
I don't really like caramel.
Okay, that'll work. In spirit communication, in my one-on-one readings, I spend about 10 minutes explaining things that can happen. Dislikes are just as important as likes, because we can be defined and described by what we don't like as much as what we do like. So I happen to like that. So I was like, oh, this tastes good, but you don't like that. And that's something he knows about you that obviously I don't. All right, now, what is he Hold on. He's talking about your eyes. Is it your right eye? He's focusing right now on your right eye. What's going on with your right
So
eye?
I had cataract surgery on both, and the left one is pretty severe. Like I could lose my vision in it, and I have to have another surgery in 10 days. The right one is actually better, but I'll need a little bit of correction.
Okay, he's focused on the right eye. Okay, and the left eye surgery that's coming up, he said it's going to go better than you think. But between now and then, now you have to run this through your doctors, all right? Because Dr. Pat and I, we're healers, but we're not medical doctors. You have got to bring the inflammation in your body down. And there's ways that you can do that through alkalizing your water. I'm sorry?
Pineapple and ginger.
Pineapple, ginger, yes. Turmeric. You got to get the inflammation down prior to the surgery. Okay. Now, and he keeps showing me an image of Saint Anthony of Padua. Now, I was raised Catholic, and I get a lot of images of saints. And Saint Anthony, yes,
yeah. Okay,
it is. He helps you find that which is lost, and also, like all saints, he's a saint of miracles. But I get the sense of him, or you can envision an avatar or the projection of God putting this healing energy. He said, you will be given the gift. Now, I want to be very careful about how that can be interpreted. The gift could mean many things. That could mean you may be given the gift of healing. It seems like your right eye is going to be fine. And if your left eye isn't, the gift you may receive from that is a form of inner vision and spiritual vision. So as you can see, messages from spirits can be interpreted in many ways. And that's what your loved one, the love of your life, wants you to know. And he said that he knows he's a tough act to follow. He goes, but he said, but baby, you bring a lot to the table. So don't write yourself off.
I feel like I've been promised, so many people have said, oh, you're going to find someone and your heart will heal, and it's coming up on 2 years. And I just,
that's nothing. 2 years is nothing. 2 years is
it is
nothing.
When you're 61. I feel like I'm in dog years right now.
Yeah, so. But and if you'll indulge me just a minute, Dr. Pat, because I know she's got, after my mom died, they were together for almost 60 years, and Dad thought he'd never meet anyone, and then a couple years later, he reconnected with this woman that he knew in high school, and for a few years before they both passed on, it was a beautiful love story. And so don't, look, 60 is the new 40. So don't start tearing yourself down. Dr. Pat?
I thought 60 was a new 30.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. All right. Let's just get this right for the record, everybody here. Okay. This is what I want to say to you. Having had cataract surgery, you have to focus on you right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. All the rest will come into place in time. But this really is the time for you to love and nurture yourself. However, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
It's going to sound corny and weird. I'm wondering what you're not seeing clearly. And I'm not talking about your vision per se, but there's something that's not clear for you or clear to you.
Oh, yeah, my future. I just came back from Florida. I'm planning on relocating because I have a special needs 18-year-old.
Yes.
And he got accepted into a college there. And I just came back looking house hunting, and I'm more confused than ever.
Okay.
So I don't know where I'm going.
Okay, good. I want to help you. I want to help you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Give me the number one thing Mark, can I do this real quick?
Go for it.
give me the number one thing you're confused about. Just the top of your list.
Where I'm going to live.
Okay. Do you want to be close to where your son is?
I want to be within a couple of hours. That's been my whole focus for the last
Beautiful.
year.
Beautiful. You're going to get a map out, right? Old school map, like a paper
Oh, I've
map.
been doing that. Yeah, that's what I just
Okay.
did. For
Did
4
you draw a
days.
circle? Did you draw a circle?
Well, I went south of where he is, which is in.
Okay. I still want you to
it's
draw a
north of-
circle. Let me tell you why energetically. Okay, I'm going to try to go fast. Circles
Okay.
are life connecting things. You don't have to get out the perfect circle thing to draw it. Although if Linda was here, she would get the exact perfect circle. But I want you to draw a circle around the point.
Okay.
Okay.
Where he's going to be.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to go a circle south, you go circle south. If you want to go inch, but do me this one thing when you do it intuitively. And here's what I'm saying. I want you to draw the circle and you'll be guided as to whether you're going to draw it left or right or more south or more north. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I will do that.
Okay. Then
Thank
here's
you.
the last bit I'm going to say to you. It's kind of weird now, Mark. I want you to really look at the circle and find the city that you think nobody has ever heard of this place. Okay?
Okay.
Now, don't ask me why I'm telling you this. I have no idea. But please do this intuitively. So here's what it'll do. It will absolutely vaporize confusion. When you start to do something like that, you move from confusion to transformation. Because now you've taken a confused state of mind, because the mind will keep telling you, you are so confused, you don't even have a map. But when you step out of that and you do this creative, almost creative, integrated right, left brain thing, and you draw that circle, you're telling yourself three things. One, you're very clear about where you want to be. When you put that circle down, there is nothing clearer than drawing a circle on a piece of paper, Mark. Just telling.
That's
The
great.
second thing is the rest of it is heart-centered searching. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying, because that's how
Okay,
I
good.
felt when I went down there. I'm like, I'm going to
All
feel
right.
it. I'm trying to
You're
get a
gonna feel it.
download, because I
Okay.
do get downloads.
Okay. Last thing, because I know I got to go. I want you to pick some of those cities and I want you to Google them. And I want you to look at images, not information. You know how you can Google a city, but then you can search for the
Mhm.
images? That's what I want you to
Yeah.
do, because the image will tell you.
Okay. Okay, I will definitely do that. Thank you.
We're on your side with the surgery. We're going to hold a lot of healing space for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. 'Cause
Yeah, but
it's
Mark's advice
terrifying.
was great. Make sure your body is not carrying, anything, whatever the anything is, okay?
Okay.
But if you do this
Okay.
confusion thing, it will also help cleanse your body of any conflicting energy about the move.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for
Great.
calling in. Thank you.
Thank you
Right.
so
Wow.
much.
Bless you.
Okay.
Please let
All
us
right.
know. Please call back. Let us know.
Yeah.
I
Thank you,
will.
Nancy.
I will.
I never hear back from anybody, but it's
Well, we
like,
do.
good.
We do.
Oh,
We
yeah,
get, we
once
get
in a
people
while.
calling.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Mark, right?
All right. How much time? Oh, they're telling us we have 1 minute. Well,
Uh-oh.
you know what? Everyone that's on the line, call back. Dr. Pat and I are
Yeah.
going to be taking calls in
Yeah.
upcoming
Throughout
shows.
the new year. Yeah.
Yeah, throughout the new year, and
Except
we're
for
here
Thanksgiving. Except for
for you.
the Thanksgiving
Thanks.
show.
Well, yeah, but we
have a show.
recorded a
Yep.
show for Thanksgiving, which I think everyone's going to find a lot of fun. And then the following week we're taking calls, but through the holidays, because we know that Christmas can be stressmas, and whether it's Hanukkah, Diwali, Badi, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate Christmas, it is a tough time. So the Psychic and the Doc, we will be here every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And Dr. Pat, I'll let you have the last word.
Yeah, the only thing I want to say is I want you all to know how much we appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
You know, Mark and I talk about this all the time. We are so blessed to have the opportunity to connect with all of you in the way we do. And I have said this before, you're the best listening audience on the planet. And I want to say this, you may not realize this, but every caller that has called in has touched the heart of other thousands of people that did not just in a live show, but when this show is heard again. So you're part of an energetic community that both Mark and I founded on love and appreciation for all of you, and for us to step forward in honor of who you are, your life's path, and how we could be of more service, right, Mark?
I could not agree more, 100%. So thank you, everybody,
And Jacob.
for this, and Jacob and Rocky and Linda and Jessica and the entire Transformation Network team. We are here for you, and we will be back. This is the Psychic and the Doc.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Psychic and the Doc with Mark Anthony and me, Dr. Pat Baccili, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Hey, look, come back next week so we can explore with you more of life's many challenges and learn from fascinating guests. And you know what? Even Mark and me. We'll connect you and discover insights from people in this life and from the afterlife. Extraordinary problems? Yeah, they do. They require extraordinary solutions. But step into the world of possibilities with us on the Psychic and the Doc. That's every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. That's TransformationTalkRadio.com. And don't forget, we're also live face-to-face on Facebook.com, Transformation Talk Radio.